Hello and welcome to This Is Xbox, and this is the review of This Is the Police. I'm Adrian and I'm going to tell you all about this game and what I think about it. So This Is the Police is, in its basic form, a police strategy game that is wrapped up inside a story featuring the last days of a stereotypical chief of police, Jack Boyd, in the fictional city of Freiburg in the late 1980s. Is This Is the Police worthy of accommodation from the President? Or should it be read its rights and locked up? We're now about to find out. So at the start of the game, Jack is told he's being retired from the force and he's given 188 days notice. He decides that to secure his future for his retirement, he needs to raise £500,000, and he soon finds himself being employed by the local mafia boss. So let's get one thing out of the way first. The voice acting in this game is wonderful. Jack Boyd is voiced by John St. John. You'll probably best know him as the voice of Duke Nukem, and it is an absolute pleasure to listen to the dialogue in the cutscenes. So let's move on to the main game mechanic, and that is the day-to-day strategy game.
And you serve refried veal steaks.
Well, refried.
So with the overview of the city, you have your police squad that's available to you at the bottom. You have calls come in on the left, and you have messages on the right. So when a call comes in that a crime is being committed, you open the box, and then it gives you the details on what's currently happening and how many police that you think you need to send out. So you can send out less if you want to, and they will then go out, and you will see at the bottom of the screen they will be greyed out with a police siren above their head to show that they're actually going out on that call. At this point you can then deal with a second crime, or you can read your messages. On this instance there is another crime, so pretty much now I've got my whole squad out based on 2 calls. Now 2 things can happen here. Either the crime is solved, in which case you'll get a message on the right hand side, or you'll get a dialogue box which is now showing, and you have to read the information on what's going on and make a call as to what you want your police squad to do. If you make the right decision, then the crime is solved. If you make the wrong decision, then either the criminal can get away, or actually your police or civilians can be killed. And in that instance, everything was okay. Some of the messages that can appear on the right hand side of the screen, it could be a message from the mafia boss informing you that there's a crime that's going to be committed that you need to ignore because he wants you to, and you will get paid for that. Or there might be a message from City Hall asking you to allocate police to go off to appear in a local TV show. If you agree to the City Hall demands, those officers will be gone for the day, so you really have got to think very carefully about how many you let go. At any point in time, your police can be killed in action, or they can quit. So I had one instance where, after accepting the request for the TV show, one of my star policemen decided he was going to go off and be an actor because he's enjoyed what went on so much. Each day in Freiburg follows this same pattern, and it's a constant juggle of resources to solve crimes, but also keep the mafia and City Hall happy. At any point in time, you can also receive penalties for not doing things right in the game. So the example currently seen on screen is City Hall actually saying, we're not happy with you, so we're going to take a slot away from your police squad, which essentially means that you are one person lighter moving on in the game. You also have management options away from the main screen, including options to hire and fire any of your staff. You can also send them on training or barbecues to increase their morale and to increase their fitness levels. And also you have management options by speaking to City Hall. Once every 5 days you have the ability to request more police, ask for a pay rise, allocate new equipment to your SWAT team. There are also options via the Mafia to have very dodgy things going on that can help you in the game. For instance, if you are being investigated for being a bad policeman, then your deputy can actually you can find out which police have reported you. So actually you can then go to the mafia and actually have them killed if you want to stop the investigation. All very dodgy things. Another thing that breaks up the day-to-day gameplay is that of investigations, and in these you have to allocate your detectives to try and solve a case. This is done via storyboard sequences of the crime. You allocate detectives, they go out and look for clues and interrogate the witnesses, and then come back with pictures of various things that could have happened. Now, using the clues that you can see at the top, you basically have to take the pictures to put them in order of how you think the crime can be solved. These are interesting but can be quite frustrating, because you may know the sequence, you may know in your own mind who the culprit is, but actually getting them in the right order, such as you're seeing now, is sometimes a real matter of trial and error to try and get them right. Couple of occasions I was so perplexed by these, thinking I was getting them in the right order, that I actually went away and I googled the result, and there were 2 frames the wrong way round. So these sometimes are a real trial and error to get right. When you do get them right, the crime is solved, and you then go off and arrest the suspect. Occasionally, a cutscene will reduce the monotony of the main game, and they're generally well written and funny, but they rarely require you to make any decisions, and when they do, they have very little impact on the story. I have many frustrations with This Is the Police, ranging from very small errors such as spelling mistakes, and also the larger ones which really do have more an impact. Keeping City Hall happy is the worst of these. On one occasion I refused to follow an instruction from them because I just didn't have any spare police, as they were all out on calls. Making that decision and letting City Hall down actually results in you having your budget cut. Then you've got less police officers. What that means on a subsequent day is that you struggle to fulfill all your requests, which means like you can lose another squad member. By day 60 I don't think I had any extra police in my slots, and the game felt like it was more demanding of needing more police. But my other main concern is a bit of a strange one really. Some of the situations you are put into, such as firing all the black cops in your squads and forcefully dealing with peaceful rallies, just didn't seem appropriate given the current world matters. But this game is based in the 1980s, so maybe it was meant to show the political differences now and then. But the main downside of the game, each day is the same, and after 60 days I really felt like I'd seen and done everything the game had to offer. This had taken me 7 hours of gameplay, and it really would have probably taken me another 21 hours to get to the end of the game, and I really just didn't have the energy to keep going further. All in all, the story's good, the voice work is superb, absolutely different class, but the game just doesn't offer enough changes and enough tweaks to gameplay to offer any longevity. So my overall rating for This Is the Police is 5 out of 10.